Welcome to Box Office Buddies. Every week, I'm here reviewing a new movie with a different buddy. This time, this guy.
This guy right here.
Loves it. Loves Marvel.
Love it.
And
Awesome.
yeah, we did a Marvel movie with this Marvel nerd over here.
Yep, it was great. It was good.
And,
good times.
Ant Man and the Wasp. So the second Ant Man movie.
Yes, sir.
I was wondering what was going on with Ant Man in the latest Avengers movie, Infinity War. I was so confused as to why he wasn't involved in any of this.
We got our answer.
And yeah, they provide a backstory as to what he was doing.
Yeah.
What did you think of the movie?
It was good. Just good.
Just good.
Just good.
Paul Rudd. I can't say enough about how much I actually love that guy.
He's good. I mean, he's great. I think he's a good Ant Man. I like him in that. I don't see anyone else other than him as Ant Man.
That's how good he is. I think he's one of the best comedic actors working today.
Yeah.
I think he's really underrated. But you look at movies where he's played a supporting role, he steals the show in things like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Anchorman, Knocked Up, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh yeah.
And he plays the lead in one of what I think is one of the best comedies of the last 20 years. I Love You, Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This guy has some of the best comedic timing I've ever seen on screen, and just really good facial expressions and delivery. He's a lot of fun to watch.
I think so, and I think you bring up a good point. I Love You, Man. I think is one of my favorite comedies with Paul Rudd. I mean,
good.
It's just he's good. I like him.
I can't say enough about him.
Yeah.
Honestly, and this is probably why I can say that this movie was not bad.
Really? Someone like you who doesn't enjoy Marvel is not bad. I'm impressed.
I love Paul Rudd too much, I think. Like, this, I wasn't expecting to like the first one. I went into this one thinking, okay, there's no way this is going to be good. And even though the script wasn't as strong, and like you mentioned, we'll get to the flaws of the movie too.
Yeah.
But no, Paul Rudd is just too. I like him too much to not have at least had some appreciation for this movie. Yeah, like I said, not bad, but also far from being a good movie. You mentioned the story. The story is so weak. It's
stretchy.
I didn't care.
Yeah. I think that's what made it a good movie rather than a really good movie. It brought it down to me.
Sure. And what usually if a movie's story is bad, that's it. It's dead in the water. But because of certain other things, I thought it was able to be at that level. I mentioned Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I liked the set pieces. I liked the action sequences that were in this. The way they blended fun action and humor into what was going on.
Well, I think it's a good action. I think this embodies an action comedy. There's comedic aspects. There's some good action to it.
Mm-hmm.
I personally love Michael Pena in it. He's so good. I think he brings such a great element, and him and Paul Rudd together, I think they have such great chemistry.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Michael Pena though, because I think he's one of the best actors around. He is.
He's versatile, right?
I just have this like heart for him. Whenever I see him on screen, like I'm just rooting for him so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, you mentioned comedies, which he's hilarious in.
Yeah.
But then there's also things like dramas where
End of Watch.
End of Watch.
Fantastic.
And you're talking about chemistry. Him and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah, no, I mean them two together. I mean that was great. I mean, but in a serious role apart from comedy, he was great. But that's what I mean. Versatile.
Crash.
Yeah.
And he's honestly. This guy I believe he can do anything. He's such a good actor. And yeah, the fact that he was in this definitely brought it up a notch or two. Evangeline Lilly was good as the female lead.
I like her. I mean, I think she fits the role. I mean, I don't think she was weak in her acting. I think her and Paul Rudd have a good chemistry together. You saw that as well. I like her. I mean, from Lost, I think we all seen her from Lost. Love it. Great. Evangeline Lilly. Perfect. Again.
Then you've got, in a Marvel movie, a Matrix actor.
You love this. I mean,
Uh,
he came on, and I think he just jumped out of his seat.
I actually was excited. Morpheus. Look, he doesn't do anything special in this, but just because I love The Matrix so much, I was happy to see Morpheus. And yeah, Lawrence Fishburne, awesome. Here's the thing, though. I don't like Michael Douglas. Never have. So, well, that's part of it. That's part of what took me away from being invested in the story too, because like he wasn't bad in it. I just don't have this
affinity to him.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if you don't like the actor, he's not going to add anything to it.
Right.
I don't dislike him.
How'd you feel about him?
It was okay. I put him on the same line as Evangeline Lilly. They were both there. They weren't bad, but they just.
Which sucks because they were the whole reason the story was happening. So yeah, it's kind of weird. But how did you feel about the special effects, the CG?
You know what? Some of it was good. Some of it was like.
Yeah, I felt like it wasn't quite.
It wasn't up to. Well, I know you're
Marvel
standards.
Yeah.
But I think it could have been better. I think that there was some aspects was fine, and other aspects I was just like, really, guys, you can do better. I mean,
exactly. It kind of felt like this was the rejected child of the Marvel MCU, you know.
But I actually feel that way. Although I liked Ant Man and I thought the original was good, and this, well, I found out the original was better than this one, but I feel Ant Man is sort of the forgotten child of Marvel, and they're just like, yeah, we should do a movie of Ant Man. And I think this second movie really embodies that. Like, they just like, okay, here, let's do a second one, and the storyline was weaker. So that's why I said, like, for me, I'd prefer to rent it rather than go see it in theaters.
Yeah, it's like Avengers is their favorite, and Avengers is like, oh, here, you get the $400 million allowance.
Yeah.
And Thor, you get the $300 million allowance.
Yeah.
And Ant-Man, $150.
Yeah, there you go. Use it. They could have upped the budget a little bit for them, but again, even if they would that have made this a very good movie? No.
No. Its biggest flaw is the story.
I agree.
Because other than that, I mean, you have actually good humor, fun humor.
Look, I was laughing a bunch of times. He actually laughed a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's.
There's this really fun scene towards the beginning, an interrogation scene. And it was a nice take on it, and it was just. I think I enjoyed that scene. It's something I'll remember.
Yeah, there was a couple of scenes where I mean, you laugh. Like, you laugh because it's really like they're good, well placed jokes.
Exactly.
So
exactly,
yeah.
and I give most of the credit to that to the actors.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
There is an end credit scene that. It explains a lot, and
watch it. It's sort of
it gives you context for what's going on
exactly.
in the MCU.
And I think, and as I told you, I think I like that element of it because it really it shows you the timeline. It adds to that, and I think that's important. It was good.
Yeah,
it wasn't great.
I'm not gonna say good, but I'm gonna say passable. I'll give this one a pass.
One of the weaker Marvels, but it was still good.
One of the weaker Marvels, because I was gonna ask you. Usually we do the Marvel and Matrix.
Yeah, which is a terrible scale.
Well, you're lucky. We won't do it this time.
All right, great.
It's the best scale though. But since this is Marvel, obviously it falls into that category anyway. But does it fall upper or lower Marvel? You think lower?
I think lower Marvel.
Okay. If you had like 4 being the worst, 3 being bad, 2 being alright, and 1 being like the better ones, I'd put this as category 2, like the better ones.
Really? Oh yeah.
Not the better ones, but like under the better ones. It's alright.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure you do these things: like, subscribe, share, comment, and
do it.
Yeah, there you go. We'll be seeing you soon.